Hello, strong friends, and welcome to week 2 of the Strong Challenge. This week's focus is on play. And normally I would not tell you to play with your food, but this week is an exception. I would like you all to build upon last week's goal of striving for 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day by starting to play around with the colors of your fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables, all the different colors, all contain different vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients that serve your body and your health in different ways. Let's check out this chart to dig in a little bit deeper.
So we know that fruits and vegetables are full of fiber and all sorts of essential vitamins and minerals. But the chemicals that give fruits and vegetables their vibrant color, also called phytochemicals, have some pretty special qualities too. And each color has its own unique health benefits. You'll see those health benefits in the second column of this chart. In the third column, you'll notice the places and the fruits and vegetables that you will find each individual color. It is not so much important to memorize this chart or even really have to know what color provides what health benefit. It is just to note that it is important to get the variety of fruits and vegetables in different colors in your diet. If you want a more specific recommendation, you can go to www.choosemyplate.gov and select the subgroup of vegetables to see how much you should be getting and how often you should be getting the different colors in your diet. So for this week, when you track your fruits and vegetables, try to track the different colors that you're getting in your diet daily.
And now that we are all confident on knowing why we need to vary the colors of our fruits and vegetables, and we have a plan of how we are going to do that and how we're going to track it this week, I want to move on to part 2 of this week's topic, which is going to be nutrition facts label. I want to be able to have each one of you be confident that when you go into a store that you can make the best decision for your health. And that is by really understanding each part of it and how it applies to you and to your family. So let's take a look at the nutrition facts label and go through it step by step.
So the first thing that you want to look at on the nutrition facts label is the number 1 serving size. So serving sizes are the amount that people typically eat or drink. It is not a recommendation of how much you should eat or drink. So pay attention to the serving size, especially how many servings there are in a food package. For example, you might ask yourself if you are consuming half a serving, 1 serving, or more. Moving on to number 2, which ties directly with number 1, the serving size. Each serving of this product is 280 calories. If you were to consume all 4 servings at 280 calories per serving, you would end up consuming about 1,120 calories, which is very high for one meal of the day. So moving on to number 3, the nutrient section, and that's all that is highlighted in that yellowish color. So there are certain nutrients that you want to get less of, and that would be your saturated fat, sodium, and added sugars. Now, added sugars do differ from total sugars. Most products and foods have naturally occurring sugars in them, and those are fine, and our bodies do need sugars that are a form of carbohydrate. What we don't need is the added sugars that are now required to be listed on most products. So you always want to keep those low. So in this product, it is a low source of added sugars at 0%. The things that you want to keep high are vitamin D, calcium, iron, and potassium, and of course, fiber. The protein and carbohydrates and total fat would differ on your own personal nutrient needs. Now, every nutrition fact label that you read, the percentage on the side is the daily values, and that is based off a 2,000 calorie diet. Now, a good quick guide to number 4, which is the daily percent values, is less than 5% is a low or poor source of that specific nutrient or vitamin. Now, above 20% is high. So when you think of that in terms of what your needs are, you would want to keep things like the saturated fat, sodium, and added sugars lower than 5% or as close to that as possible. Now, vitamin D, calcium, iron, potassium, and fiber, you will want to keep as close to 20% or higher. So that quick guide is a really good way to really determine if a product is a good choice or poor choice according to your specific needs. Now, to find out what your calorie needs are, you can go to choosemyplate.com and type in information such as your weight, height, and your sex, age, and level of activity to find out what calorie range you should be in. And then that would give you a better idea of what percentage you're looking at. Another thing to consider is, if you've been to the doctor and they tell you that you need to limit your sodium to less than 1,500 milligrams per day, you'll be able to determine what products are high or low sources of sodium so that you know how to limit your intake of it.
In conclusion, for week 2, we have 2 things that I want you to do, and that would be to start to vary your colors of your fruits and vegetables, as we already discussed. And there are a variety of different vegetables and fruits out there, so just because you don't like one green vegetable, there is a lot of other ones you can choose from. So there's always a lot of different choices in getting that rainbow in your diet. The other thing was that nutrition facts label. I want you to play around in the store comparing different nutrition facts label, and maybe something that you just automatically buy, take a look at really what's in it and try to make the best decision for your family. But we always need to consider taste, because if you don't like it, you're not going to eat it. And while it is always optimal to eat less highly processed foods, which are those refined carbs and other pastries and things that you find really in the center of the grocery store, we know that we're going to eat those things. So it is always important to have the knowledge with you to be able to make the best decision that you have available at that time. That being said, I hope you are crushing this challenge, and I can't wait to go over more with you next week. See you then.